Welcome to Trademark Insiders, the business and marketing podcast brought to you by Kogut and Cannon. We are Mary Kogut Lowell and Mary Cannon, national trademark attorneys, brand consultants, and business coaches. Join us to get the insider's perspective on all things business, marketing, and intellectual property. Today, we will analyze recent trademark registrations and give you our exclusive analysis on what they reveal for next year's hottest business trends.
Who knew the trademark world could be so revealing and at times even a bit psychedelic?
On the micro level, these filings hint at what our favorite companies are going to do next. Looking at the big picture, we also get a sense of major shifts in recent trends like crypto, AI, and NFTs.
So as we venture into the future, what are the defining trends that will shape business in 2024? A big one of ever-increasing importance is sustainability.
Yes, with climate change at the forefront of global concerns, a lot of companies are incorporating eco-friendly practices. We're talking about renewable energy, reducing waste and carbon emissions. For example, Amazon. They've pledged to reach 100% renewable energy and net zero carbon emissions in the next few years.
Yeah, even small changes like shipping items in their original packaging whenever possible can have a huge impact.
Yeah, I'm already seeing that in some of my Amazon deliveries, and it makes a lot of sense. Why do you need to take a box and put it inside of another box? It doesn't make sense. So, in a lot of cases, why not just ship it in the original packaging? That's a big one. And then somewhat related is the, post-pandemic working from home thing. It ties into sustainability as well, as keeping commuters off the road is definitely better for the planet. But, this remote work revolution has petered out somewhat recently with return to office mandates.
Right. And hybrid models are gaining traction. Companies are reimagining their workplaces to accommodate a more flexible, remote-friendly work culture.
Yeah, and I think a lot of us enjoy working from home. I know the two of us have worked remotely and really enjoyed the flexibility. It's nice.
Definitely. And it ties into the sustainability issue, keeping commuters off the road. And on that note, the electric vehicle landscape is growing increasingly competitive, with more and more automakers investing heavily in new EV lineups. Yeah, we have a good idea that Toyota is adding several EVs to its lineup based on recent filings, including a few luxury models under its Lexus branding.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. I'm not the biggest fan of Tesla, and it's great that more automakers are getting in on the EV thing. I mean, not only for the planet, but it's just nice to see a little bit more competition in that space. That's kind of nice to see. And yeah, Toyota and Lexus have filed several recent trademarks, and that's a huge hint at what's upcoming in their, electric vehicle plans for the future.
Absolutely. But what's interesting is some companies choose to be a little more secretive. Like Lexus and Toyota have been, there's some filings pending now under those names. But for example, Apple. Apple likes to use sometimes a shell company for filings. For example, the Delaware-based company Deep Dive LLC is believed to be a shell company being used by Apple to file for potential names for its upcoming virtual reality headset operating system.
Yeah, these VR AR headsets or glasses by Apple will definitely be helping to usher in a new era where this kind of wearable technology becomes ubiquitous because, as we know, other companies have tried, like Snapchat. I actually thought that their glasses were, defunct, but I guess they're still selling them. I just have a feeling that once Apple takes this on, it's going to go to the next level where they really become a lot more prevalent. Of course, with a $3 trillion valuation, including $300 billion worth of IP, Apple is the most valuable company in the world. So it's no wonder they know how to keep us guessing and even will go to great lengths like using a shell company to try to protect their inside information.
Exactly. And another trend that ties into sustainability is the increasingly appealing and profitable plant based food options out there. Impossible Foods is currently in the middle of a trademark battle over the word impossible as it relates to recipes.
Oh, yeah? What's going on there?
Well, there's a blogger named Joel Runyon who has used the word impossible since 2010 and owns a few related trademarks in a variety of categories. In 2020, he sent a cease and desist letter to Impossible Foods asking the company to limit its use of the word impossible to plant based foods only. And then he also filed an opposition with the USPTO with regard to Impossible Foods' recent filing for the word impossible as it relates to recipes. 3 years in, the litigation is still ongoing, with Impossible Foods scoring a win last month, allowing litigation to proceed in the state of California. So that's an interesting case going on.
Yeah, but it's also interesting to note that it's not just individual companies revealing their cards through their trademark filings. It's also kind of cool to take a look at how these filings are shedding light on broader trends in the market. So, one thing that is definitely on the rise would be AI. This rise in AI related filings is an unmistakable sign of this new era that we're living in with artificial intelligence and automation. They're no longer in the realm of science fiction. They're becoming increasingly important in business operations, allowing companies to streamline their processes, offer better customer service, and of course, increase their productivity. That's kind of an interesting trend that is not going anywhere.
Certainly, and it's definitely one of our the most prominent trends going on now in the business place. And meanwhile, the beauty and cosmetic industry's trademarks are flourishing, possibly thanks to a surge in celebrity makeup and skincare lines. A company's trademarks are usually among their most valuable assets, and in the case of high-profile public figures, their celebrity status makes their marks even more valuable.
Other trends kind of coming and going would include crypto. Cryptocurrency related filings are actually down 66% since last year. And there's also an accompanying decrease in interest in the metaverse, down 45%, and NFTs down 66%.
So it doesn't mean NFT filings are dead by any means, with corporate giants like Kellogg's dipping its cereal spoon into the NFT bowl this year. They're calling dibs on classic brands like Rice Krispies, Fruit Loops, and Pop Tarts in the form of non fungible tokens. Remember when there used to be a prize in the box?
Yeah, I can remember that. On the stranger side of things, though, for the first time, there is a party drug, an MDMA, also known as ecstasy or X, as the subject of recent trademark filings for therapeutic use, actually, under some potential names like Renaissance and Vivify. Um, Renaissance is the more recent filing from January of this year, and it is speculated to be the preferred name. Did you look into this?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I definitely took a look into it, and as you say, MDMA has been the subject of trademark filings as its therapeutic called Renaissance and Vivify under Class 5 pharmaceuticals, including quote pharmaceutical preparations for the treatment and management of psychiatric, psychological, and neurological disorders, including PTSD, eating disorders, postpartum depression, alcohol use disorder, opioid and substance use disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, major depressive order, and traumatic brain injury. So that really is an interesting development. We find surprises in the trademark world every day. Finding out that MDMA is a subject of trademark filings is something I didn't necessarily see coming, but it's happening.
Yeah, they're saying that in some cases, a single dose has been shown to bring people out of years of major depression where nothing else has worked. And then there's ketamine, which is another party drug made famous by the rave circuit. And it's supposed to have similar therapeutic potential, and it is extraordinarily inexpensive. So, as potential human use is on the horizon, it's going to be interesting to see how much the drug companies mark ketamine up, especially in the psychiatric realm. We'll have to keep an eye on that alongside MDMA.
Definitely.
Now, it's interesting too that while the company behind Renaissance and Vivify is filing for these names, they have not made any kind of announcement about the product name. Could be because they haven't decided yet, but also with the FDA involved, I think they're probably wisely being very careful because giving this experimental drug a name could be seen as a form of marketing. And that is not permitted by the FDA while the drug is in the process of seeking approval.
Good point. Yeah, because after all, we're talking about ecstasy here. So I suppose the manufacturer does not want to get the FDA all riled up. Can you imagine the slogan? Renaissance, bringing a little bit of ecstasy back into your life. Thank you for listening to the Trademark Insiders podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Remember, trademarks are an essential part of building and protecting your brand, and our goal is to provide you with the knowledge and insights you need to succeed. Visit us at trademarkinsiders.com for more information. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast to stay up to date on the latest trends, news, and strategies in the world of trademarks. Protect your brand, protect your business, and join us the next time for more insider tips and tricks on Trademark Insiders.